everything you see. Afraid to hear the answers in the darkness of your teeth. Promises to live on. You don't intend.
You are watching TradioV, radio in TV.
All right, TradioV, Inside Metal Show. You guys hear me all right?
Yes.
Yes. We got Jasmin, my co-host, Miss Jasmin St.
Hi, I'm back.
You are back. How you doing, Jasmin?
Oh, I'm on fire today.
Oh, very cool. And we got our wonderful guest, Mr. Bill Hudson.
What's up, man?
Trans-Siberian Orchestra and a number of other bands that we're going to get into.
Yes.
Depends on when you ask.
Yes.
When?
We're going to get. And on the second half of the show, we're going to have a New Way to Live Forever going to be joining us. Russ and Daniel from that band. They're out on tour with Orgy. And I believe they're playing a show tonight at the Whiskey with Orgy. So they're going to come in on the second half of the show. But right now, man, we got Bill Hudson, and let's talk what you got going on. You got into Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Did you replace Alex Skolnick? I know they have kind of a revolving musicians that go around.
Well, I played the same position that he had once, but I actually replaced Joe Hoekstra. Who,
Whitesnake.
Yeah, that's why he didn't do the tour.
I
He called
gotcha.
me up for that, and it was awesome, man. Best tour of my life. In fact, today, since May, through a bunch of stuff I've been doing, today is my official first day off.
Really?
Yeah. It's really like since
Wow.
May, like I don't have shit to do. I don't care. I'm
That's
just
good.
hanging out.
Well, you could have Chipotle or something. 'Cause
Yes.
he likes Chipotle.
Ah,
That's what.
Just don't get the
favorite
pork.
food. Yep.
Right.
that's
Right,
my
I heard
favorite
about
food.
that. But you literally, this guy can make a guitarist sing. Like, seriously, that's how people describe him when they ever write about him.
That's pretty cool.
He's one of the first people I interviewed. Actually, I was one of the first interviews he did when he first came to the States. He's from Brazil originally.
Right.
Where they have great
Another
musicians.
Brazilian, yes.
Yeah.
That's the accent, huh?
Yeah. very
Yeah.
cool.
So tell us about what you have going on. Like, how did you even get started? And what was your American dream?
Well, TSO was my American dream.
Oh.
That's what it's funny about it. I grew up idolizing the band Savatage, which was,
yes.
an 80s metal band that became TSO. Most people just know TSO. And when I came out to the States, I one of like my main objectives was to get closer with the people, with the Savatage guys, the TSO guys, because growing up was one of my favorite bands. It was like Maiden, Halloween, Savatage, and and Savatage became TSO. I saw them when I was 14.
Yeah.
And I mean, over the years, of course, I took small steps towards that goal, and obviously, I don't know what the future holds. I don't know. I never knew that I actually would end up playing with them. I was just, I just did the steps. Like I started playing with the Savatage singer Zach Stevens in Circle to Circle. From that, I
And
went
Pain
worked
too,
with
right? John Oliva's
Yeah.
Pain.
John Oliva's
yeah.
Pain, yeah. And that, it was all a chain of things that started with me playing Circle to Circle with Zach Stevens,
Right.
the singer, which really started with me being on a festival with my first band, Salador. I saw him. I know
I remember
Salador.
them.
Yeah. But Zach was there, and I'm like, holy shit, it's a Savatage singer. And I went and asked for a photo,
Right.
just as a fan. And then later on, I was a little drunker, and so was he. So we started hanging out, and we got really drunk. We ended up at Waffle House. At one point, I'm like, dude, if you ever need a guitarist, here's my number. Like drunk and just. And he did, the week after he called me, he's like, hey, we got a tour with John Oliva. You want to do it? Yeah. And that's how it started.
Now, is Trans-Siberian Orchestra, I know they used to just play around the holidays. Is it more of a year-round thing now?
No, I mean, they have done tours that are not in the holidays. Obviously, I wasn't there, but they have a record called Beethoven's Last Night,
Sure.
which they've toured a lot for.
They headlined Wacken, too. That was just,
Yeah,
which
I was
huge.
there. That was
That's
my
right.
first show with them.
Oh,
That was
wow.
in the summertime, huh?
That must
Yeah.
have been
Wow.
amazing.
That was
yeah.
July 31st. It's kind of the biggest day of my life. I
Yeah.
remember. You
Is
know?
I can
it?
imagine.
Were your parents there?
And no, it didn't work out. You know, I wanted to take my parents there, but I figured, imagine my dad. You know my
Yeah,
dad. Can
yeah,
you
yeah.
imagine him with all the mud and like yelling at me because he can't get
Or
from
your
a
mom?
place to another?
Well, they never
Yeah.
been to Rock in Rio, or? And
Oh,
were they
not
from-
my parents.
Yeah.
No. Well, actually, I haven't been to Rock in Rio. I was gonna play there this year with a band from Brazil, but
Which
I-
one?
it was about to crash. I felt that too when they named the band. That was my.
It's Brazil.
that
Everything
was-
crashes there.
Well, but
Yeah.
no, we do have Achilles Priester, the Angra drummer, in the
Cool.
lineup. Angra, Primal Fear, and Luis Mariucci, also the old Angra bass player. It was a good idea. It wasn't the right time. I had too much stuff going on.
You have Achilles there?
Yeah.
Let him know I'm available for a green card.
Ooh.
Well, you know,
Well,
so
di-
many. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Didn't we have dinner with Achilles that one time at the
Yeah,
mall
I
or
was trying to
something?
get it. I told him I could help him with his green card.
Oh,
Yeah, you were talking about that
Oh
on a
yeah.
previous show.
Trust me, these are like going on this green cards. I'm looking to like sponsor an alien. If there's anyone out there watching the show, you know.
There you go. There you go. So many Brazilians are now coming to the limelight, metal musicians. I mean, but you've, Sepultura, of course, way from the 80s. And, of course, Angra's been around since the, I believe, late 80s or mid 80s.
their
They've been-
first record's from like '92.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, now, of course, with Keiko and Megadeth and, Sepultura and Soulfly and all that, it seems like finally, and, the rock and real, I mean, metal has always been so huge in Brazil.
Well,
And-
that's the fucked up thing, man, and that's why I ended up living in America, which I'm really grateful for. Don't get me wrong, but like,
Right.
I always thought that Brazil, for whatever reason, had the best metal musicians. For whatever reason, I don't know exactly why it is. I think we have so few opportunities to actually do anything that we just want to become better.
Sure.
And I mean, Kiko is a new thing here in America now. Everybody's freaking out about him, but in Brazil, he's been
Yeah,
Kiko for
Angra
20
was
years.
huge in
fa-
Brazil
yeah,
and in
he wa-
Europe.
in
for
fact,
many
he
years.
was my first guitar teacher.
Yeah.
Yep.
wow.
And but Americans are only now trying. Wow, you can actually play like that. It's not just like arpeggios and
Right, right.
And I don't know. And I have been noticing that a lot of Brazilians are not only musicians but also in the business side of it.
Right.
I got a buddy of mine, Milton Mendonça. He's one of the biggest promoters in prog metal right now. He does the Prog Power USA Festival in Atlanta. He's
Of course.
Brazilian.
Yeah.
Motorhead's crew had like 5 people.
Oh, yeah.
5 Brazilians.
Right.
The other day, the Arch Enemy show, at NAMM,
NAMM, yeah.
everyone is Brazilian, from the tour manager to the sound guy.
Wow.
Like we're taking over.
Yeah, that's good. Finally, you're getting the recognition you deserve. Because is it real hard in Brazil to get known as either a musician or
The problem is that, and I will say this to the day I die, because I proved it in a year that I was right, in a year in America. In Brazil, people have a hard time accepting that other Brazilians can be as big as Metallica or as big as Iron Maiden.
Right.
There's a like it gets to the point where they say, "Oh, you're my favorite Brazilian musician," or "Oh, that's my favorite Brazilian band." This is
Right.
very common in Brazil.
Sure.
Oh, the new representative of Brazilian metal. Like there's a very famous writer in Brazil that calls that the breedless dog syndrome, because we always think that everyone is better than we are.
Right.
I know a fucking Dutch light guy that's married to one of the biggest celebrities in Brazil just because
Eric?
he's Dutch.
Right.
No, not Eric. No, he's a light guy. I'll tell you off the air.
Okay.
But this dude went there with his underground metal band doing lights. He ended up married to like the top celebrity singer there because he's Dutch. So
How do Armenians go over in Brazil, by
It
the
doesn't
way?
Oh,
happen because
actually-
you have dark. He has dark.
no,
hair, dark
Armenians.
eyes.
You know what? My sister was married to an Armenian.
Well, there you
My
go.
niece is
Really?
Armenian. Yeah, my
There you go.
body's Armenian.
I'm going to Brazil,
You
guys.
hey, dude. I mean.
But he doesn't have. He's not
Are you
Aryan
married?
looking.
Hey, he'll
Are you
hook me
married?
up. No, I'm single.
Good. So
He's
you won't
lying.
hurt
He's
anybody.
married. What are you talking about?
I'm
You
not
already got
married. You
divorced?
kidding?
Dude, all you gotta do is you come off the plane and you say, "I'm
That's
sorry,
it.
guys, I don't speak Portuguese." And there
Bill's
will-
taking me to
chicks
Brazil.
will
I'm
line
there.
up.
I'm
Chicks
there.
will-
Ladies, Brazilian ladies, get ready.
But
I'm
you
coming
know what,
for
man?
you.
That is totally true. I mean,
It is.
it's not an exaggeration in any way. I mean,
Wait, this is going to be our secret. Don't let our listeners know. I don't want them all to go to Brazil.
But that's also why it doesn't work to be a musician there. You know, because it's always, you know, again, like I said, Kiko has been our guy for 20 years.
He's hot.
Right.
You know, nobody. Yeah. Well, that's you. I don't know.
I think I think the Sabotage. You notice the early Sabotage from the Sirens album.
Oh man, am I going deaf?
Oh. It's
I hear it.
You can go ahead and turn it up there. We're going into a break. That's telling us we go into a break. We're going to talk about early Sabotage, TSO, lots more stuff, and we'll be back in 2 minutes. Inside Metal Show on TradioV.
You are watching TradioV, radio in TV.
Hey geeks, wake up! We got big news. I'm not gonna mumble this time. Geekscape, the long-running movie video game. Let me do one more. Hey geeks, we got big news! Geekscape, your favorite show about movies, video games, comics, and TV, is coming to TradioV Monday, October 6th. And it'll be on every Monday from then on, 7 p.m. Until the apocalypse happens, we're all eaten by zombies.
I'm Zoe Williams.
And I'm Dr. Mark Goulston.
I'm Jeff Brown.
And we make up the Zoe What Morning Show. You can find us here on TradioV.com every Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I make you think.
He makes you laugh, and if I get a chance, I'll help you change.
Or make you cry with his attempts at humor.
Radio in TV.
Can you relate? We'll make it happen.
Look at Jeff. What you doing?
Were you mumbling to yourself?
Hey, back there mumbling.
To them.
And it's Mary Carey, of course, politically naughty with Mary Carey.
I'm always naughty. I'm always politically. My behavior is always politically naughty. I'm never politically correct. Dr. Drew, hi. Oh, I'm so.
Guys, how are you? It's all teary-eyed, Doctor.
I know. She wished she could live at rehab.
But only if Dr. Drew's there. Obviously, if someone like. You know, because a little groping might be inappropriate, but I like the flirting and stuff.
When I walked in, you shoved my head in your.
No! Are you gonna sue me?
Get politically naughty with Mary Carey. Mondays at 4 p.m. on TradioV.
You are watching TradioV, radio in TV.
In a way like a madman.
No, I was actually posting it on Facebook for people to come see this.
All right. Very cool. Well, I believe we got the phones open. If anyone wants to call in, talk to Bill Hudson.
Jim
Christensen
from Chicago.
We got, look at, she already knows. Jim, he's called,
James.
That's the Slayer Swine, right?
Yeah.
The Slayer Swine. I know he tried calling in a couple weeks ago, and, we got him on now. Jim, you are on live with, can you hear okay there, Bill?
Yeah, this time you won't have a problem with me because I'm not watching the broadcast as I'm talking to you guys. That's what screwed me up the one time I called in a long time ago.
Cool.
How you doing, Jasmin?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. How you doing, Mr. Hudson?
What's up, Jim? I'm great, man.
Nothing much. Hey, I had a couple questions for you. First of all, what was it like as far as getting lessons from Megadeth's current guitarist?
Well, my headphones are giving me trouble, but I heard the question. Okay, it was awesome at the time. At the time, he was just, of course, he wasn't the Megadeth guitarist. He was the Angra guitarist, and Angra was it was a brand new thing in Brazil that everyone was freaking out about, and it was kind of cool to tell my friends even back then. Kiko is my teacher. But he was cool. He was a very methodical teacher. Like, he taught me basically all the basics, as far as both technique and introducing me to theory, very important, introducing me to other players, because at the time all I wanted to do was play Maiden songs, So he got me into jazz and fusion and all that stuff. It was great. It was a great experience.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you, as far as like when you're playing with Trans-Siberian Orchestra, I always wondered how the hell they picked the lineups like for the East Coast and the West Coast, you know? I mean, do you guys have a choice on that, or they basically like have you all in a room and they kind of pick you like they're like back in the days when you're in gym, you know, and they pick teams for dodgeball or something, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, honestly, from the second they called me, I knew which lineup I was going to do. And they have been the same for years consistently. So I don't know what the method is, but there's probably someone making those calls. I just don't know who that is, man.
Well, I see that you were playing the West Coast last winter, or the East Coast, I'm sorry, last winter, right?
Yeah, I did the East Coast.
Oh, did they ever, like, switch up where you guys get to play the West sometime, or?
Well, I know they switched some dates, like... I think last year East did Chicago, and then this year West did it. But as far as the band lineup, I think it stays solid. But it's just my first year, so I won't know. You know, don't quote me on that. Everything that they do, we kind of learn about last minute.
Right. Yeah. So you didn't play at Wacken then last year, did you?
I did.
Yeah, that was his first night.
Okay. Yeah, I see that now. Yeah, you did. Okay, but they had two different stages, but they were like combined or something, right?
Yeah, they basically got every musician together, and many of the singers, not all of them though, and basically split it in two lineups. Now, one of the stages was Savatage, with plus Vitaly Kupri, which is a West keyboard player.
Right.
And myself, I joined Savatage for the last song for How the Mountain King. Oh, cool. And then meanwhile, while I did that, Petrelli walked to the other stage, which was TSO. And then that was like a cross between East and West. They had the West drummer and guitar players, but they had our bass player in the East, David Z, who I'm going to see tomorrow. Right. Cool. And
awesome.
And yeah, he's in town. So
yeah, I'm getting this information from Wikipedia, and they got all the lineups on there, and it's pretty extensive. And I got to admit, I up until today, I really didn't know too much about you, but I'm pretty impressed with your background.
I appreciate it, man.
Well, James, we got to take some other callers.
I'm looking forward to checking out some of your stuff. I saw you even had you have an endorsement gig with ESP at the NAMM show this year.
Yeah, I just did a show for ESP at the NAMM show. I've been with them for about 3 years. Cool. Yeah,
well, that's great that you got a good endorsement.
Hey, James, we got to jump here. We got some other callers.
Okay, I'll let you guys go.
But I appreciate your call.
Thanks for the call, Jim.
There you go. Got to end with that.
Yes, you have to.
Cool. So, I guess he hung out. We'll get some more callers. If anyone else wants to call up, 855-878-4652.
Stalkers are welcome.
See, Jasmine's inviting the stalkers.
Come outside,
they're the funnest calls.
6121 Santa Monica.
There you go. So cool. So TSO was basically the brainchild of Paul O'Neill and John Oliva, right?
It's theirs.
It kind of came out of it was originally just like a little side project of Savatage, and it just exploded from what I hear.
Yeah, well, that's a funny story. Like on the Dead Winter Dead album, there's a song called Sarajevo 1224, and it's the one that has the Carol of the Bells, the instrumental one. And I guess they sent that song out to the radio stations in the late 90s as Savatage, and the radio stations just didn't like it. They're like, it's a Savatage, it's an 80s metal band, we're not into that kind of stuff. They rejected the single. Well, the next year, they resent the same song as Trans-Siberian Orchestra with a Christmas tree on the cover. Then everybody played it and it became a hit.
Right.
When something like that happens, it kind of tells you, okay, maybe we should go this direction. But I mean, it really is Savatage.
Yeah.
It's as close to Savatage as it can be, especially this year. When Zach Stevens joined us.
Sure.
It was Chris Caffrey, Jeff Blades, Zach Stevens all on the same stage.
Well, I always think it's so funny because Savatage and you guys got members of Testament and all these metal bands, and who comes out to see us? All these family Christmas Christians come out and see it. The same people that probably were picketing, metal is devil music, and here they are supporting, some of heavy metal's biggest musicians of the 80s, which I think is great that it turns, you could, these artists could do that, show their diversity, and bands have no clue.
It's really funny. I read somewhere on the internet someone saying, "Yeah, I just saw TSO and blah blah blah," and the way I can describe the audience is socially acceptable metal.
Yeah, but you also
awesome.
played. Didn't you play with Vital Remains at one point in DSI? And he was playing like satanic metal
Right.
like only months before that. How
Yeah.
big was the crowd at TSO? Like, is it a huge?
It's
stage. I've never
the
been to a
stage
show.
show's
It's arenas,
unbelievable.
yeah. I mean,
Wow.
the average attendance was somewhere around 10,000. But
Bigger
it's
than a Motley Crue tour now, or?
Oh yeah,
Probably the
that's
same
one of the
size.
biggest tours actually.
Awesome.
yeah.
Probably the same size.
It's like a Kiss level show.
We're also doing 2 shows a day, so it's really
Really?
10,000 people times 2. Yeah.
You do
Like
matinee
3
shows, right?
We do
Okay.
matinee shows.
Oh.
Yeah. We do 3 of those on this last tour. We did 3 of those a week.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
it was a pretty hectic schedule.
Is Al Petrelli still playing? Too on
Yes,
this- yeah.
that's a musical director of the West Band,
Right.
and also like my new mentor. Like
Mm.
he showed me every note that I had to play. Like that's one of the best musicians I've ever had the pleasure to meeting and studying under. That guy's the shit.
Did you get any weird Christmas gifts this time?
Weird
Or what's
Christmas
the
gifts.
oddest gift you got on the road?
Oddest gift. I got a lot of Starbucks cards, but I don't really like Starbucks. I got. Well, let me see.
Generic,
This was cool. I mean, it's not too weird, but it was cool. Somebody gave us like water guns.
Water gun.
Yeah, like each one of us had one in the bus. Just little
always
plastic
fun.
water guns. I'm like, what? Come on.
You could fill it with piss.
Yeah. Oh, come
Like
on.
what Chris Holmes used to do.
Oh, did he?
Oh, during the Metallica, or when they did the first tour in '84 with Metallica, all the people were yelling at him. He said he got in trouble for jumping in and beating everyone up. So he filled his. I shouldn't be saying this. This is going to be in the next Inside Metal
Yes.
movie. He's going to be talking about this. But
What are your
yeah.
thoughts on Sepultura?
Sepultura, man, that's one of the few people from Brazil that were actually able to make it.
Are they still considered
And,
gods out there in
oh,
Brazil?
fuck
Yeah.
yeah. Fuck yeah. But I mean, they are. I mean, they still are the shit.
I worked with them when I ran Roadrunner Records LA office in 91 when Beneath the Remains. Was it Beneath the Remains or?
91 is probably Beneath the Remains.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Arise.
Arise.
maybe?
Arise had just come out, and when we had went out and did the video, and great guys, and they were all
Did you
new
work
to
with
the
Monty
US.
Connor?
Yeah, well,
That's cool.
Monty was on the. I just was emailing him today, actually.
Yeah,
he
he's
was on
cool.
the East Coast. He's. I mean, they were starting up a LA office, so I was kind of on my own, but we used to contact him. We're still in good contact, even though he's with Nuclear Blast now. But I only worked at the label for a little while, but that was when. It was great because Sepultura were just on the rise. They did the Hollywood Palladium show, the new Titans on the Block, I think, with Sacred Right and a couple other, and they were just getting ready to explode. It was real exciting times for them and for metal scene in general.
It's funny too, because like before I moved to America, I didn't realize how big they really were outside of Brazil. Because in Brazil they are celebrities. They go,
Right.
they if it was here, they would be at the Jay Leno show or whatever.
The Jay Leno
I don't fucking know. I don't watch that. But but they are. I mean, they are in every mainstream TV channel all the time.
They even have a Red Bull endorsement there.
They do?
Yeah.
I remember even back in '91, they won like a Grammy, which was like a big thing for the Brazilian thing. But they were actually
Avak and Andreas Kisser interviewed me to his show.
Right.
That felt so weird.
Yeah.
Like you're interviewing me. Shouldn't it be the other way around? Like, aren't you the rock star?
Cool. It looks like we're going to do another break, but we got to talk about old school Brazil. Antonio Pirani, Rock Brigade magazine, and talk about the early. I'm sure you were just
He's
a kid
helped a lot
way
of
back.
people.
But I hear
in the day,
I hear stories.
Yes, well, we'll get into that. We're also going to bring a new way to live. A new way to live tomorrow coming up on our next break here. So, TradioV Inside Metal Show.
Time coming, I'm not turning back. This time I'll take it.
You are watching TradioV, radio in TV.
Yo, what's up, everybody out there? This is Crazy Bone.
I am the bum Keith G.
And right now you watching TradioV.com.
TV in radio.
Yes. Radio and TV.
Oh, yeah. See?
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, we're Marissa and Juliana Stove, the Stove Twins, and you're watching TradioV. That's radio in TV.
Hi, I'm Moby, and you're watching TradioV.
Hey, what's up? This is Josh Vietti, and you're watching TradioV.
Hi, this is Casey Abrams from American Idol, and you are watching TradioV. That was too corny. I loved it.
Hey, what's up? I am Scott.
And I am Ken. We are not the Chemical Brothers, but we are the Crystal Method. And you are watching TradioV.
You are watching TradioV, radio in TV.
All right, TradioV Inside Metal Show with my co-host Jasmin St. We're back with Mr. Bill Hudson from Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and we got two new gentlemen, Daniel and Russ.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, you are very welcome. A new way to live forever, not tomorrow, although tomorrow is forever, right, gentlemen?
Beginning of, yes.
You're on tour with Orgy.
Well, we're not on tour with him. We're doing a show with him this Friday as our CD release party.
Oh, cool. And that's at the Whiskey.
Correct.
So
yeah.
this Friday, anyone in LA could come out to the Whiskey to check them out opening for Orgy.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you're just down for that one show then?
Well, we came out for the NAMM show to look at some new products and do some networking out there. And it's kind of all one big trip that we're...
Cool.
Is it your first NAMM? Or?
No, this is our second. We went last year, yeah. And that sort of started the snowball of everything that we're doing now. So.
And you got your new CD here?
Yes.
And they're an alternative press, actually. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, we're in this month's apparently almost sold out, if not sold out version.
Because you're in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
Heard. Yeah.
We're right next to the half naked body of, I think, Andy Black or something.
So how's the Florida scene out there?
It has its
Everyone
moment.
knows it as the death metal scene, or used to be.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It's got a metal scene, I think, in Fort Lauderdale. Rock, meh. It has its certain locations.
Right.
A couple places in West Palm we play, and down in Fort Lauderdale there's a few clubs. Yeah.
Cool.
Culture Room?
But Culture Room, yeah.
Right.
But mostly it's
You know
dance.
the Culture Room?
Everything dance club.
Yeah, it's a big tourist area, obviously.
Yeah.
So cool. Well, we got before we get too much into, I want to play. We got a promo video from Bill. Could we line that up? The YouTube video from Mr. Bill Hudson, who was just at NAMM. All you guys were at NAMM. We'll talk about that after the video plays.
Guitarist extraordinaire.
Can people hear me right now? Can people hear me right now? Can people hear me?
All right, there you go. Little promo video from Bill Hudson. What was that for?
That was I wrote. That was for ESP Guitars 2 or 3 years ago. But that's I mean that one I did on my own. We ended up doing a different one with them. Same
Right.
song though.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I just played this at the clinic too. It was my first instrumental song.
And you got is it a signature series guitar that's through ESP, or what? You have a new?
No, I don't have a signature series yet.
Yeah,
hopefully.
soon.
Soon,
Hopefully.
he deserves one.
But yeah, you heard him.
That's right.
But
Jasmin says.
Yes.
But no, but they take care of me like they really well. With I've been the face of a couple of like campaigns that they've done. That one was for a guitar. That's not even the model I'm playing on that video. On the other video, it was for the LTD Elite that they tried for a year.
Right. And this was your guys' first NAMM show. You were there,
Correct.
huh?
Well, no, it was our second.
Oh, cool. How did that go for you? How was that experience?
It was good. We were, met some new people at Schecter Guitars and Shure and stuff. So, really like some of their wireless stuff.
Did you guys meet Hans at Schecter?
No, who was the
Scummy?
Scummy, yeah.
Scummy, yeah. What's up, dude?
What's up, Scum?
Who's Hans?
Yeah. He's probably
Hans
German.
used to be Alan's assistant, and now he's probably, I don't know, but he's at Schecter. I saw him there.
All right. Well, cool. We got some photos of Bill. I think we have.
Photos of Bill.
Yes.
Jasmin can't wait to see the one particular photo. So if you want to show us
It's for
some of the photos.
It's for Bill's stalkers, your 50-year-old stalkers.
There we go.
That's for the.
That's an old photo of you.
That's very old.
Yeah.
That was. I just saw. And
that's a
there we
great
go.
photo.
There's the ESP.
That's an awesome photo. And where's the real photo?
The real photo.
I don't know.
That's a great photo. You guys changed clothes during TSO. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that outfit and that guitar.
Nothing more. I guess they can't.
Cool.
There
Thank
you
you.
go.
Oh,
See,
that's-
that's the photo, man.
That's Jasmin's photo
because
there.
you know what? The women are watching the show too. We need to give girls a reason to watch a show too. Can't be all
Hey,
dudes.
the more girls, the merrier. That's what
Look
I
at these
say, right?
motherfuckers. They can watch it.
Yes.
So, what do you have after this show going on with you guys?
Let's see. Tomorrow we have rehearsal. Thursday we have a photo shoot, and Friday's the show.
And then you're heading back to Florida?
Yes.
And then
Sunday we head back.
Cool.
Yeah.
And the album is out?
It is Friday. It will come out. This is
Cool.
a copy.
I think we got their Facebook page if you want to post that up there. What's the Facebook address?
I believe it's A New Way to Live Forever.
A New Way to Live Forever, or just look it up online. And, well, that's like a common thing now with the bands and the phrases, and it's not just Sabotage or Metallica or Judas Priest.
We were watching, who was this show, and the girl was in here?
Carla from the Butcher Babies?
Yeah. And she was talking about music and A New Way to Live Forever. Music living on before.
Oh, so you got your name from the...
Yeah, absolutely.
From Carla, really?
No.
Well, she's smart.
As I said, that must have been quick. You've only been together less than a week.
I know.
I got it from the news. It was like just
did?
it was in passing, I saw something. It was a few years ago. We were trying to decide what to name the band, and usually that's a long, arduous process of sometimes a year. I don't know, however long. And this time, I went home, just saw a blurb on the news, and heard that phrase. Went to practice the next day and told my then guitar player, "How about this?" And he said, "Yes." And then it was that easy.
Cool.
What news were you watching to get like a term like that, like some kind of suicide cult or like
I have
Jehovah Witness news?
honestly, I don't know. I
Okay,
have
I'm
no
just
idea.
curious.
I watch all kinds of news. let me tell you.
You got Sean Baruch managing you.
Yes,
of course, who I've known since the Titan days,
Yeah,
right, Sean?
He said to say hello.
Yeah, back when he was a musician, a
Yeah.
singer, back in the mid-'80s.
Nice.
We've heard the stories. For
Yes.
Sure.
How do you describe your music if you had to, like to someone who's never heard it before?
It's basically very catchy rock in the vein of maybe Foo Fighters or Kings of Leon.
Cool.
But there's definitely elements of soul. Like I'm the singer, so there's like I listened to a lot of R&B growing up, and there's just like a different take on the delivery, I think, of the vocal.
Cool. I think we're just about to end this segment. So again, a new way to live forever. They could catch you. You got a website.
newwaytoliveforever.net.
And I'm sure you're on Facebook and
And
Twitter.
this week they're playing one of our songs, Valley Metro, on K-Rock, so you can hear us there.
Oh, on
as well.
K-Rock.
Awesome.
Wow,
That's
huge,
great.
man.
That's a big
That's
deal.
awesome.
Good for you.
This song.
Very cool. Anything after the tour? The album is out. They can order it online.
Comes out Friday.
Cool.
Look for it online, and we'll know more about touring or so in the next month or two. So.
All right. Well, definitely check out the band and check out their site. And they got a lot of big things coming your way. A new way to live forever. So we're going to be back with our final segment with Mr. Bill Hudson coming up in 2 minutes. TradioV Inside Metal.
Meow.
You are watching TradioV, radio in TV.
Hey, what's up? It's Tone Loke in the house, and you're tuned into TradioV.
I'm Laura Samoza.
I'm Sterling Gardner.
And we are Between the Sheets every Monday here, 3 p.m., TradioV.com.
TradioV.
That's right, it's TradioV, radio in TV. What is that face?
She wants to see our hands.
That's radio in TV. Wah, 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 wah.
We're not a couple.
TradioV. What did you play opposite Andy, Eric? Do you remember?
Andy and I worked as two employees at a network.
Okay. Oh, you're forgetting the other thing.
I played a news anchor, and he played a reporter.
Okay, but the other thing you did, the thing you did on the Andy Dick show, who did you play to Andy?
Oh, is that who played my sister?
You played his wife, Denise.
Yeah.
Yeah, you played his wife.
Yeah.
You
So
guys
what's wrong
have
with that, Eliza?
Nothing's wrong with it.
He's got a great range as an actor.
Yeah, it just was funny.
Encounters with Eric and Eliza Roberts, Wednesdays from 2 to 4 p.m. on TradioV.
You are watching TradioV, radio in TV.
All right, TradioV Inside Metal Show with my co-host Jasmin St. and the great Bill Hudson, a guitarist extraordinaire.
Boa tarde.
Boa tarde. Agora ou boa noite?
I take it that's Brazilian.
Agora, boa tarde.
That's
Portuguese.
That's good afternoon for
yeah.
Portuguese.
You should learn these things, Bob, as
I
you're going to
know.
Brazil to offer
Jasmine's
green
Portuguese
card.
is insanely good.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
She can
I bet.
communicate.
Quero
fluently.
matar você como uma faca do plástico.
Damn,
Quando
that
está
sounds sexy.
dormindo. You know what I just said? I'm going to kill you with a knife when you're sleeping.
No, with a plastic knife.
Oh.
With a plastic knife.
While you're sleeping. But that's still hot.
That's so Jasmine.
Oh, yes.
So cool. So our final segment, man, you got a big tour ahead of you this year.
I got. Well, it's not very big as in length. It's a circle to circle tour. We're going. Yeah,
Great
we're
band.
going back to Europe. We go there at least once a year. And last year, because of like session work, I've been there 3 times. So this year is starting to shape up the same way. We have we'll be oh man, March. I want to say it's like the end of April.
Right.
I don't remember. I should know this. Yeah,
Well, they
those
could go on
guys.
your website.
Yeah, they
Right.
can go.
Facebook.
They can go on Facebook.com/Bill Hudson GTR. Yes, as in guitar. So Bill Hudson GTR. And all this stuff is there. You can message me. You can annoy me. You can hang out with me. Whatever. I'm always on Facebook.
Cool. And you, it seems like it's the norm now, where artists like yourselves are in multiple bands. Is it more of a You know, because I know obviously CDs aren't selling as well. Is it more of a financial thing just to get out and keep busy, or is it just something you enjoy doing? I
Well-
know there's a Sabotage connection with both TSO and
Sure.
Circle
No,
Circle,
well-
obviously.
Well, to me, I think that as a musician, more important than playing is knowing what you're good at. You know, and I figured out already at this point in my career that I'm better at being a guitar player than trying to start a band and stuff like that.
Right.
Trying to be a band leader, I'm just bad at it. You know, every time I tried, it was terrible.
It's tough. It's a lot of
And,
work. Yeah.
But I like doing a lot of stuff. For example, there's a project called Westfield Massacre that I did.
Yeah,
here
we
in
had
LA.
them on.
Yeah, Tim was here like
Tim was
last
there.
month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Great guy.
You know, it's not because of my schedule. It wasn't working out to be in the band, but it's still all my music, and even the videos they're shooting is still all me playing guitar. You know?
Right.
Like I'm still involved in that way. It's the same thing with a band called Once Human.
Oh,
death
that's
metal band.
yeah, Logan.
Yeah,
Mader.
Logan,
Sure,
exactly.
yeah.
I wrote.
Oh, that's right. You were
Yeah,
you were
he
doing
was
some
doing
stuff.
that. That's
I
right.
wrote a lot. I
And
wrote a lot
Lauren
of that
on
stuff.
vocals,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. I was in the band for a second.
Right.
We
Oh, I didn't know that.
and we did photos and we did everything. But again, you know, it's like I have to tour and make money.
Sure. Well, that's where the money's at. Yeah.
So, but I'm on the album. You know, like half the guitar solos. But what I do the most is touring, just because. Just because it is a job. You know, you gotta be able to maintain a certain income to have a certain lifestyle.
Oh, really?
And I'm you know, whatever that is. You know, I mean, I would rather play with 7 different bands than have a shitty job.
Sure.
Sometimes, you know, you get fucked, like with a shitty local band I toured last year.
Oh yeah, I remember
that. But most of the time it's awesome. You know, you live on the road.
Right.
You know,
And you got a
basically.
solo record coming out too, right?
Well, not yet. I'm working on a solo record because this year I decided that I'm not gonna tour as much. You know, like I said, it's shaping up for a lot of opportunities. But for example, I won't do anything until April. We Circle to Circle, and I want to work on this
You
record.
want to stay home during the winter anyway, especially in
Well,
You're
Europe.
staying home?
Yeah, I need to stay home.
Domesticated. Vida da casada.
Oh.
I am, yeah. But you know, I want to use this time to work on a solo record, which is something I've always wanted to do. And you know, with NAMM and ESP and all that stuff, I'm like, why haven't I done that?
Yeah.
You know,
You
like half my
should.
friends have solo records.
But it's not even that. You have something different. Like Bill played death metal, extreme death metal with Vital Remains, and there he is
Right.
playing Sabotage and like TSO.
TSO,
It's
yeah.
2 different extremes.
You're very versatile.
That's kind of that's
that's
kind of what
important.
That's the
kind of what I
Brazilian
like.
way, right?
Yeah, it's the Brazilian
Kiko?
way. It's the Brazilian way. I wish I played acoustic like Kiko too. Then I would be wow.
Oh, you could do anything, seriously. You know that.
I can do anything.
So you're going to be playing upcoming Rock in Rio real soon, hopefully?
Well, I hope so. I haven't been hired
your
yet, but you
hometown.
never know.
Yeah. Why is it? I mean, prog metal is so huge out there. Of course, Iron Maiden, they play. That's one of their favorite places to play at Rock in Rio, and
Yeah.
you know, and even Rush and the older prog bands, and you know, of course, Angra. It seems like prog metal, and of course, death metal. But prog metal is so huge in Brazil, where everywhere else it's more of an underground thing,
Yeah,
kind of.
and
Why-
and I do have a theory about that. I have a geeky theory about that. Because in Brazil, like there's a culture where everything that's the first is like people hold on to. To this day in Brazil, the biggest bands are Guns N' Roses, Whitesnake. Whitesnake is like huge.
I hear, yeah.
It's like Guns N' Roses, Whitesnake, Maiden, Queen. These are the bands the majority of people listen to. Now, those are the bands that came to Rock in Rio 1. And Def Leppard, that was supposed to play, nobody knows what the fuck they are in Brazil.
Right.
So people still kept, because Rock in Rio 1 was the first metal show in the country.
Right.
So I think that the prog metal thing comes from the fact that, like, you know, Rush, that's another huge band in Brazil, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, it's Rush, Metallica, and Maiden put together, basically. Dream Theater is a band that in Brazil also has celebrity status, and here in America it's not like that, you know.
Right.
But
Yeah,
in
they're more
Brazil
underground.
they'll put like 10,000 people anywhere.
Yeah,
You're right.
You know, and then so everybody likes Dream Theater, and then the bands that copy Dream Theater, they also love. You know,
Right.
it's but not as much as Dream Theater.
Mm,
You
yeah.
know, and
you
if-
mentioned Uriah Heep, a lot of the older bands too, huh?
Yeah.
Deep Purple. And,
Yeah, but I it's not really like, because I'm not very familiar with that genre. I don't. Not a lot of my friends listen to it. You know.
Right.
I mean, I did see Marillion in São Paulo maybe 6 months ago, and it was packed.
Oh, wow. Marillion.
Marillion? Oh,
British
Lavender
band.
Blue?
There was like.
Lavender Blue.
Oh, I don't know if that's this is like a prog band. Fish, right? Was the
Yeah,
singer,
exactly.
Yeah.
They're like nobody knows them here, but in
They were.
England,
But they're big in
there was
Brazil.
like 8,000
Yeah,
9,000
apparently.
people. at the
Wow,
show.
really? I didn't even know they're
That's
still
crazy.
together going on. So, well, we got your upcoming, hopefully a solo album you'll be working
Yes.
on, and you are on the latest Trans-Siberian Orchestra album.
I'm
CD?
not.
No,
No,
okay.
I'm not.
Is there
That's
any
all
new
off the track.
recordings?
Yes.
for that?
I'm not on that either, but I'm promoting it. Circle to Circle's new album is Rain.
That's a great band.
Rain
Very,
of
very
Rain
great
of Darkness, the new album. Even though like I said, I'm not in it, but because I was touring,
Right.
you know, and I didn't record. So we'll be promoting that album this year. So if anybody has to check out anything, go find Circle to Circle's Reign of Darkness.
Guitar lessons by any chance?
Guitar lessons. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do
should.
that at some point, but I'm not doing it right now. But if you're interested, hit me up on Facebook. Remember, facebook.com/BillHudsonGTR.
There you go.
Oh, look at him. There
Very
he
cool.
is.
Yeah.
You guys look so sharp on stage.
Oh, look at me standing on my poster. What an ego trip.
Look at you and Chris.
What's up, Chris?
Hi, Chris.
You know, it's funny how Savatage has become so big, in Brazil and all over Europe. Here, they were always so underground. I remember when their first album came out, Sirens, and it was, on Par Records. It was like a super hard-to-get album, and I just remember that opening riff to, Sirens, and it was, they really started a whole breed of American power metal and really never got the success they deserve here in the States. But I know in Europe, like you said, they co-headlined with TSO at the Wacken. And
I still say they were the first prog metal band. Sabotage back in the day.
yeah, very cool. Well, I guess we're about to end. Any closing words? Anything you want to portray to the fans or to the metal scene?
Well, thank you guys very much for having me. Thanks, Jazz.
You're welcome.
That was cool. Yeah, I
this is Jasmin.
in my defense,
Thank you, Jasmin.
I wasn't aware I was gonna be on video. That's why I'm dressed like that.
It
You
looks
look very
good.
rock
Who
and roll,
cares?
dude.
I
Very
guess.
rock and roll.
I guess. And yeah, thank you, man.
Anytime,
it was
man,
awesome chatting.
anytime.
You know a lot of Brazilian metal and
Yes.
history and all that stuff.
I've been around. I'm an old man.
And again, facebook.com/BillHudsonGTR. Like me, I like bikes.
There you go. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll be back next week, and then we're going to be taking a bit of a hiatus, but we'll be coming back. You'll be a surprise.
Lots of surprises. Also, Inferno Festival is in March. I'll be giving you guys interviews from there.
There
so
you go. From Norway.
Yes.
Wow.
I may not come back. I might get married and just stay there, but I'll, yeah.
A Brazilian in
That didn't
Norway.
work.
How does that work?
Oh,
I'm
trust me,
used
it
to the
works.
heat, and then you go to the extreme
I had
cold.
very busy weeks and days
I
and nights
love
there.
Norway, man.
Yes.
I have fun there too.
Yeah.
Don't blame her.
Well, maybe we'll all have to join you, and
Yes.
I'll be coming out to Brazil real soon.
You should.
All right. Well, thanks again, Bill Hudson, Jasmin St. Inside Metal Show, T
Love
Radio
you.
V.
I love you guys.
You are watching TradioV, Radio and TV.